Hey everyone, welcome back to Preda's World here. So we're going to do this Aquaman... Oh, what? No, 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 no! Alright, welcome back. Like I said everyone, we're going to do the review on Aquaman here and all of his friends that he has with him. So this one is sculpted by, and I'm going to butcher the name, but it's Kamana. And it is beautiful. So we're going to go through that right after my dog decides to join us. Hi, Penny. Do you see the camera? Say hi, everyone. So yeah, so we're going to go over this this piece, each step of it, and kind of the paint around it. And obviously, this is the one that was painted by Matt Mrozik from Matt's Models. And I'll put a link to his page down below in the description. But he did an amazing job. So first we'll start with just the architecture of it. So the architecture is pretty amazing. So the base is just about one solid piece as far as the water goes. And it is a clear resin, and the shipping they did was fantastic. They shipped it to Matt, and then Matt shipped it to me. And no issues whatsoever, so it was packed amazing. But yeah, the architecture, so it's I know Matt did some work as far as like maybe adding some magnets and doing some work as far as getting it to where everything was perfect, and he did an amazing job on it, so kudos to him. So essentially this piece is separate, and Matt got it as a kit, so some of the teeth he had to put in and the tongues he had to put in. The water inside the shark's mouth is actually a separate piece that goes inside the mouth. But, I mean, they did fantastic. I mean, the architecture, the Leviathan back here, and I can't spin it right now because my motor is attached and it won't turn. And the piece is too heavy, so the motor keeps rotating back and forth. But the Leviathan essentially just has a big key in the back, and he just fits over the top of that, and that's how he kind of sits in there. And then the rest of them just kind of sit in place. The magnets are really strong, like on the seahorse here, on the shark, and on the killer whale. So yeah. So that's the base. So the architecture, they did a great job. I mean, Aquaman was pretty easy. He's got a pretty easy pose, right? It's pretty typical. The crab comes off, and he actually is standing on top of the crab here. And then this piece here, the swordfish. This is pretty sharp, so it's pretty amazing that it came in one piece. But again, that just sits in there. That's pretty good. But everything sits in place without moving. There's no wiggle to them, which is fantastic. I've gotten some pieces recently that there's a lot of play in them. But this one is great. No issues with the architecture at all. So the sculpt is just... it's hard to describe, but it's amazing. Like, it's perfect. Like, the killer whale looks like a killer whale. The shark, just the different designs they got to where he's kind of got all these creases and stuff in his nose and around his mouth, and even like the gum lines inside here with the teeth have detail to them, and they look amazing. The shell on the crab, the lines through the shell. It looks like a real crab. Even the bumps, down to the bumps that are on his claws and stuff. It looks just like it should, right? The Leviathan, he's got scales, different scales on the bottom as compared to the top. It's more like an armor scale on the top. The fins, just the detail, it's just amazing. And the seahorse, I mean, and then this texture here on Aquaman even. So the sculpt, it's sculpted in there, but this texture actually feels like material when you feel it. But yeah, it is. So definitely a huge grade on the sculpt. I mean, it's pretty amazing. I can't say enough about it. So that's that. So I want to talk about the paint. So again, Matt painted this, Matt Mrozik, and I can't say enough about the job he did. It is just immaculate. The way he did the water, which was a clear resin, like I said, and it just, it's still clear in a lot of spots. You know, the blue, you see the blue through it, which is fantastic. I didn't put a light in it, but I think I'm going to put a light underneath the base. I just haven't done it yet. So the paint on the water is amazing, how it goes white on the tips here, right? Like it's an actual wave that's kind of splashing in. And then like the paint on the killer whale, I love the sheen that he has on it. This is kind of a matte black almost, which looks really good. And then he actually like looked at pictures of killer whales, sharks, to get the design like inside the mouth, how it's black inside the mouth here, because it is in a lot of the killer whales that you see. And then just the depth in the tongue, how it gets a darker pink kind of inside the tongue. And I'll go around and do a view of this so that you guys get a closer look. And then the seahorse, the different depths of color he put on it, the different like oranges in it. And the Leviathan, it looks amazing in person, and even the pictures that Matt took of these, those pictures are fantastic. I'll never be able to do it justice, but his pictures do. But just kind of the top has kind of a shine to it, and kind of a gold in the fins. I love that look. Like it's a super unique piece from his paint style, which is just amazing. Even inside the mouth, the tongue and everything, just the depth of colors that he used. As far as like in the creases, it's a lot darker. Even the teeth, kind of like the pink around them, like the stains around them from like blood. I'm going to assume it's blood. And then the shark here is, out of all of them, I mean, they're all fantastic, but this shark like looks real. Like the paint he did on this and inside the mouth, it looks like a real shark's going to come out. And even on the gloss on the eyes that he has. But I mean, and then Aquaman, obviously, you know, the muscle tones and stuff he's got in there. And then even the muscle tones in the armor he has on the top. And I love that it's a real classic kind of comic book Aquaman. So I gave him pretty much free reign on this as far as painting it and colors and what he decided. So I certainly couldn't have picked him this well. All right, so again, I'm going to take the camera off. We'll do a go around it just so you guys can kind of see all the depth and the detail in it. All right, guys, so like I said, I'm just going to go around here so you can get some look at the details of each piece. Hopefully I have enough light. Try to keep you guys from being blinded by the light too. So this is the back here where the Leviathan goes in. And you can see he didn't spare any detail, not even on the back. Go up the Leviathan here. You can see the top of Aquaman's head. And his trident. So this is the side with the shark on it. I don't have my gimbal on the camera, so I'm trying to be steady. So, and then we come back to the Leviathan just in the front here. And you can just kind of see the detail inside the mouth even. We'll move down to the shark. Again, that's the water inside the shark's mouth, which is obviously a clear blue because it hasn't been, it's not like a wave coming in, right? No ripple effect. And then the poor little crab getting stepped on. Aquaman's footrest. I'm going to try to get close to Aquaman's suit here, so you can kind of see the detail of the texture in it. No, I'm not looking at his junk, I swear. And then his necklace he has on. And then the face, it's just amazing. I'm trying to get out of the light. All right. So that's your close-up there. So I hope you all enjoyed that, and you have the appreciation, you know, all the work that was put into this. It's fantastic. It's actually staying here. It's going to be kind of my centerpiece in this room. And then I got to get another motor, and then it'll be motorized, so it'll continue to turn. So yeah, it's amazing. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, please hit that subscribe, the bell if you want notifications when I upload new ones. And then hit that like button so that YouTube algorithm will pull up my videos more when people search for them. I would really appreciate it. Definitely help out the channel. All right, thanks guys.